Hi there, Emma Drew here, and welcome to another episode of Confessions of a YouTuber, the podcast that makes YouTube simple and gets up close and personal with successful YouTube creators, helping you understand what it takes to grow your YouTube channel the easy way. I'd like to thank TubeBuddy for sponsoring today's show. TubeBuddy is a free browser extension that helps you easily manage and optimize your YouTube channel. It's the YouTube channel tool I personally can't live without. For more information, head over to tubebuddy.com or check out their link in the show notes below. I'd like to welcome today's guest, Ieva from Surprise Collector and Sunshine. Hi Ieva, are you there?
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Good.
I'm very happy to talk with you.
Oh, that's great. I'm so glad that you can make it because I know it's really difficult at the moment. You've just had a little baby. Is that right?
Well, I have two. One is 7 and one is 18 months. So they're completely on a different routines.
Wow. So
sometimes I think that it would be easier to have like 1 and 3 years old than such a big difference.
I know that can be quite challenging. So first of all, I just want to get started by saying a massive congratulations on the success of your channel, Surprise Collector and Sunshine, because you've got a whopping 2.7 million subscribers.
I remember when I got my first 100,000 subscribers.
Wow.
And I went to Barcelona, and I went to the biggest stadium in Europe, and they said, look, this is how many subscribers you have, more than those seats.
Wow.
And only then I understood, oh yes, it's quite a lot of people, because it's only a number that doesn't mean anything to me. Like, I don't feel them at all. This is a kids channel, so it's mainly my viewers are from 0 to 4 years old.
Right,
so
yes.
They don't write, they don't recognize you in the street, they don't talk with you.
That's right, yeah. So it is a big number, but they don't necessarily know who you are if you are walking in the street, and they don't stop you, do they? Or
they're very, very different. If they recognize what they would do, they would ask to play with my daughter.
Of course they would, because your daughter is actually a big part of your channel, isn't she?
Yes.
And she started quite young.
They would come to her and say, let's play together.
Yes,
I'm your friend. Like, I am your friend. Well, you don't know me.
Wow. But I was going back to this massive number, 2.7 million subscribers. It's going to be hard to find a stadium that holds that many people so that you can recognize how huge that is. So does YouTube send you more than one gold play button? Do they send you a gold play button every time you reach that million subscriber level?
No, they send only one gold.
You're gonna have to have a word with them about them.
Now I have to reach 10 million to get the diamond.
So you've got to get the 10 million, right? Okay, little way to go. So tell us how you got started with your channel. So you already said that you are in the kids space. You've already told us that you have an audience of 0 to 4-year-olds. Is that right? But clearly it's going to be the parents of the 0 to 4-year-olds. Is that right, first of all? So tell us how you got started and why you started.
My story is not romantic at all. I needed money. Literally, I needed money. I used to work as a statistician.
Oh, I see. You're a clever woman.
Okay, so the story is like this. I went to maternity leave, and so they had to hire a new person. And when I came back, that new person didn't like me a lot, or maybe we just went on the wrong foot. So I got bullied a lot, and I felt like I can't work anymore. I went into depression, and I couldn't think positively, and I was a positive thinker.
Wow.
So I thought I desperately need 3 months off of anywhere just to recover and start thinking positively.
So that depression affected you so deeply that you just needed to switch off.
I just needed to switch off. And recovery, don't take me wrong, recovery took years from that. But I just needed to think positively, not not to be reminded constantly that somebody don't like me or hates me, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I spent 3 months with my daughter, and I noticed that she likes YouTube and that I can entertain her by showing her surprise eggs.
And how old was she at the time?
At that time, she was 2 years old. So I thought, why not? I was in a big debt, but I was like, if I have a business idea and I will never try it, I will always be sorry. So I take more credit from my credit card.
Right.
And bought like surprise eggs for £400.
Wow, that's a huge gamble.
It was, and I just done them because I'm a statistician. Like, if you do it enough times, one should happen. It should happen. It just should happen. If you put everything, if you know what works, and if you try it enough times, it must work. Hence
the 400 eggs.
Yeah, and I didn't doubt that I will be successful. I know what I'm doing. Wow. I know what I'm filming. I know what's going on YouTube. I will definitely be successful. Yeah. And everyone else was calling me out. I'm like, are you stupid? It's already, look at your competition. It's already a lot of people doing it. Like, why would it be you?
Yeah. So why was it you then? What happened? Did you start to see, did you have a particular video that went viral, or did you just slowly, gradually, hit the big number? So I started thinking that in a month I will be earning enough that I don't need to go back to statistician job. So I was really determined. I'm like, yeah, I will do it. And I took a temporary job for 4 months. For 4 months?
Thinking that after 4 months I will not have to come back to work again.
Okay.
And after 3 months, my channel was nowhere. I was not earning anything. Just nothing.
Oh dear.
And I was like, okay, so I need to find a job. And I found a really good job. It was my kind of dream job. It's difficult to have a full-time job when you have kids.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah, and I remember dropping off my kid 7:30 in the morning and picking up 6:30. And then when I make her sleep, editing all night, and I didn't watch TV for a year. I was always working, either one or another job.
Uh-huh.
I was taking holidays to film, not to go on holidays. And I was working really hard.
So this is your first year of being on YouTube, is it? So you weren't taking holidays, you were working every day, you weren't watching TV, you were just solid making videos.
I was solid. All my free time went on making videos or filming videos. But after 4 months, so after 3 months, I understood I have to find a job. So I found a job, and very good job. And I had to start in January. And in December, suddenly, one video went viral. And all my channel went viral.
Wow. So which video was that? Was it something that was trending at the time? Which one?
At that moment, it was just me and my hands opening the eggs, and just one of the egg videos went viral. So first week, I went to my job that I really was happy about, knowing that I'm already earning more than that job can offer.
Mm-hmm.
And I think second week, I spoke with them saying, I'm very sorry that I was so happy.
I'm very sorry.
No, and I said, I do want to work for you. Please, I know that you hired me for the full-time job. Can you give me 4 days a week? And 1 day a week, I will do YouTube videos.
Mm-hmm.
And they said they will think about it, and it never happened. So they didn't give me 4 days.
Right.
And I remember the year after, I had to make a decision. So do I concentrate on YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
Or that pays me more?
Yeah.
Or do I do a statistician job?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a no-brainer for you.
Especially when I had a kid. It was her first year at the nursery.
Right.
So she was constantly sick. She was sick with every virus every kid has.
So ideally you wanted to be at home with her, right?
I did want to be at home with her. I did want to take care about her.
Mm-hmm.
And it was impossible. Well, if you have a full-time job, client needs you, the job needs to be done, and it's impossible.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And sometimes you have to find your own way of doing that. And that's precisely what you've done and you're doing now, because I can hear your other little one in the background watching some, am I right in saying some YouTube?
Is watching YouTube videos.
So if anyone can hear the interference in the background, it's not interference, actually. It's just a little bit of kid music. So there you go. That's what we have to do as YouTubers. We have to catch every moment that we have available and do what we can. So then you
Will you say hello? Yeah.
Hello, who have we got here then?
This is Sophia. Are you Sophia?
One of the youngest YouTubers I know.
One of the young.
Hello, Sophia. Hello, Sophia. So going back to your channel then, you were growing. You could see that you were growing. This is sort of just over a year that you actually started to sort of grow and started to earn enough money to give up your job.
Yes.
And then where did you go from there? Did you spend another year of just creating to take on that
it's
momentum?
Very strange. As I told you, for a year, I think I exhausted all my physical capabilities. I remember feeling like I will faint. I was really, really tired working full-time job and doing YouTube and looking after a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So when I quit my job,
I
could concentrate only on YouTube, my body just gave up. It was like, oh, that's it. Now I can live. Now I can rest.
Wow.
And it just... I remember sleeping all the day, not being able to film or edit, or it just switched off.
So when was this? When you gave up your job, did you stop doing filming?
Yes, I was still able to maintain the same level as I would be working full time.
Right.
But I didn't start filming more.
Okay, so you gave up your job, and when you gave up your job, you suddenly found this space for yourself where you could completely relax, and you still continue to make videos weekly, but you were able to find a new sense of freedom and relaxation, just be able to, again, switch off from that kind of manic lifestyle you were living and leading the year before that as your channel was growing. Is that right?
Yes, that's true. But it's not I found a space. It's like my body just switched off and refused to work more. It was like, I'm switching off. You do whatever you want. I can switch on sometimes, but I'm not going the same speed that I did before.
All the while, your channel was growing, so your body didn't actually have to do very much. Is that right?
No, my body didn't grow. I left the job, and suddenly my channel started to fall.
Oh, I see.
And a year later, I was seriously considering to come back to work. And that's when I took my daughter from the nursery because I was not able to pay anymore. And
I see. Okay.
And so she spent more time with me, and I was like, what do I do with a kid that is around me? Shall I film her? And I remember the last month of August when I was like, okay, I'm going home for a month, having loads of fun, and then I'll look for a job. So I went with my daughter, and I had loads of fun, but I had loads of fun with her, and I filmed her, and I edited. So I filmed her, I edited. And these videos that were made when I completely relaxed, I let it go. I didn't overthink what I'm filming. I was just feeling. I was just playing with my daughter and filming and putting it online. Those videos went viral.
Wow. That's amazing.
And those videos paid for my mother's cancer treatment privately.
Wow.
Yeah, so I had down and up.
You've certainly seen the ups and downs, both financially, emotionally, and then just going back to this story. So you saw that your channel picked up, and it was
summer when I was considering to go back. So I quickly gained 100,000 subscribers.
Okay.
Then I remember the moment when more people were unsubscribing from me, and I was losing subscribers, and I was like really feeling down. And then from the moment when I started filming my daughter and had fun, I think in 5 months I went from 1,100 subscribers to 1 million.
Wow, in 5 months. That is
in 5 months.
That's incredible.
At some point, Social Blade has their rank by the monthly views.
Yes.
Like where you are that month. And I remember
being like the top 10, top 100, etc.
Yeah, so I remember being in top 100
wow.
by views.
So did that encourage you to do more work, or did you sit back and think, okay, well, I can rest on my laurels here, it's all happening for me, I'll just enjoy myself and sit back from making videos? Or did it actually drive you to make even more videos?
I would say it didn't drive me. When you start YouTube, you are prepared. I think everyone is prepared for the fact that they will not succeed, and that's okay. But I think people are not prepared for the fact that they will succeed and very quick. Like they never think through what will happen if suddenly they will succeed and hugely. And people will start recognizing them in the street, or people started to recognize my kid in the street. Kids started to recognize my kid in the street. And I remember getting panic attacks because I didn't want that success. I wanted a little bit of money just to survive, but I was not ready for big success in any way. Just in any way. I didn't know what I will do. Okay, my mother was sick and I spent the money on my mother, but I was not ready to have the money. And I was very thankful because I could treat my mother from cancer. But I was not ready that people recognized my daughter. I was constantly afraid that somebody may kidnap my daughter or something else may happen. And later I was constantly afraid that I will fall, that my channel will fall. I remember at the peak of my channel, I was constantly afraid. I didn't enjoy it at all. I was not happy. I don't remember being happy or joyful. I remember being constantly afraid and having panic attacks.
Do you think you're worried that when you reach that level of success that you worry or panic that you're actually going to lose it? Is that part of the worry?
It's not even worry. You kind of know that you will lose it, that it's impossible to sustain it constantly.
Right. So it's something
you want to lose. On one hand, you want to lose it. On another hand, you don't want to lose it, and you don't really know what you want anymore.
Going back to your mother, you were actually able to support her, weren't you, throughout her treatment? And it was because of your financial success you were able to do that amazing job that you did there. Did that interfere with how much you were working on your channel? Because obviously that's a very stressful time to go through on a personal level, emotionally as well. It must have been very draining for you. So how do you balance the two? Because one side is you've got to make the money, and two, you've got to pay for the treatments and, keep your spirits up as much as possible. How did you manage that?
I think my whole career on YouTube was working a lot and then just my body giving up, and then working a lot and my body giving up.
Mm-hmm.
So when my mother was sick and she doesn't speak English, and I was treating her in England, so I had to be her translator for anything, for any pill she take, or for any chemotherapy we go to and we go to the doctor. I couldn't leave. Like, I felt almost like I'm sick with her, because I received all the information first and I had to translate to her everything what was happening with her. And she had, and she's still alive. She had, so 4 years ago, she had terminal, her breast cancer spread to liver, and she had terminal cancer.
Wow.
That already spread to liver. And it's
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you, but I think it taught me a lot. But at that point, I remember I had a daughter who was still not going to school. I had a channel that was successful, and I had to maintain it. And I had my mother that I needed to support and spend a lot of time in the hospitals with her. And my daughter spent so much time in the hospitals with me because I took her everywhere. So my daughter would be playing on her iPad, I would be editing, and my mother would be laying in the bed or getting her chemotherapy.
So she was having her chemotherapy treatment while you were on your laptop doing your YouTube channel, and your little one was playing?
On iPad, yes. So that was my life.
That was your life.
Everyone knew us like three musketeers, that we all everywhere together.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a pretty challenging time, actually.
It was, and I exhausted all my emotional and physical resources.
Wow.
And when my mother got better, my body just refused to work again.
Your body's very good at talking to you.
Yes. And at that point, I was already pregnant with a second kid.
Wow.
So
amazing.
I just couldn't pick up the camera. I couldn't film. I couldn't edit. I think for 5 months, I didn't touch my channel. I just dropped it.
Wow. So you did nothing on your channel for about 5 months?
I did nothing. I couldn't look at it. I could physically feel how I want to vomit even looking at my channel.
Did your channel suffer from that at all?
Yes. My views fell 25 times. Just divide by 25.
Oh, wow. So it literally dropped?
Literally dropped. Like, I literally almost lost my channel.
So
and I was again considering, what shall I do? Shall I go back to work? Or shall I find love to the channel again and build it back? That's 2,700,000 subscribers that are at the moment. I think 2,500,000 of them were before I stopped filming. So they are not active anymore. They don't see me anymore. They don't know me anymore.
Right.
So I would say I have 200,000 subscribers at the moment
that are active and are using the channel right.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's interesting actually, because that is a huge figure, and also it really puts you on the map, especially when it comes to, say, brand deals and that kind of thing. Because often a lot of these companies, they look at your numbers, and I'm not so sure how much they look at sort of the activity at any one point. I mean, that is something they do need to look at. But you also have like something like, is it 1.5 billion views on your channel? So clearly you have a channel which is incredibly relevant to your audience of the younger age, and is still being watched. You know, this is evergreen content that you have. It will forever live, and it will be relevant to kids under 4, under 5 for a long time to come. But in terms of actually growing your channel from this point, where do you go from here?
So I did a lot of soul searching. I understood that if I want to go further, I have to be happy. I need to recover myself. I have to be a happy person. You know, when you wake up and you're so happy and so energetic, that all job, you don't even look at the jobs like jobs. You just do them. You're so happy. You just,
Yeah.
Go around swiping over dust, singing and dancing.
Skipping down the road with a rainbow above you.
And doing jobs that you need to do, not even feeling it. So I felt like I want to be in that station. I want to wake up happy and don't feel like I must do something. I want to do something. And I want to film and I want to edit and I want to have fun with my kids and I just love all the people. Mm-hmm. So what I did a lot of trainings, personal trainings and masterminds, and I think I found my love back. I remember suddenly that I did a mastermind where I had to think about what I would like to do and what I really love to do.
And what your real true passion is.
And what my real true passion is.
Mm.
So when I was young, from 16 to 25, I went to all the possible youth organizations. I was volunteering and leading children groups and doing loads of stuff with young people. Mm-hmm. And it was my passion. And I suddenly remember that I do love kids and I do love seeing them laugh and having fun. And I thought, when I film, I can again have fun with my kids. Oh. And I can transfer it to other kids because the kid takes laptop because he's so bored. He's so bored. Mm-hmm. And he comes to his mother or dad and they are very busy and they can't give him time. So he takes a laptop or a phone or anything because they're really bored.
So they're on their devices or they're gaming or whatever.
They would like to play and have fun, Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I would like, and I understood that I would like to make them laugh. I would like to make them happy. I would like that they watch something where people are happy and just smile. When you smile and you don't even feel it. And after 5 minutes, you feel that your cheeks ache.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a nice feeling.
So I'm not there yet, but I understood that that's what I want to do with my channel and watch that space.
Yeah.
Because my channel will be there.
So we might actually be seeing new channels out of you then, am I guessing, rather than working on this one? Or is this one going to transform into something else? Or is that what we have to wait for?
This channel was like that. It used to be like that before my mother's sickness. As I said, because it went viral when I spent a month with my daughter just having holiday, just having fun, and filming it. And that's when my channel went viral. So I had it and I lost it and I forgot why I had it. But now I found it again and I have an 18 months daughter. They grow fast. She will be 18 years very quick.
Yeah, definitely.
So I can relive that again, and I can use this channel to be happy with her,
Yeah, and you've learned a lot over the years, so you'll be able to sort of put it into action much faster and really be true to yourself and be authentic and know when you and your little ones are having fun and film that and when you're not, and when it's not the right time to film. And I know from my personal experience, I've had a couple of other children's channels as well, and I never actually went forward with them because I did a lot of work on them. So I completely know what you're saying when you're talking about filming with kids. So difficult to sustain that and continue doing that on a regular basis and keep up the fun spirit. So you have to capture it when it's really there.
Yes, that's why you do a lot of videos, and sometimes you capture it, sometimes not. It's like if you ask any person who created more than one hit in the music industry, you will know that they created like 200 songs and only 5 of them became number one.
So no, that you've made a good point about looking at it from a probability point of view, because if you look at how many videos you put up, there's always going to be a small percentage that are going to do particularly well. And I think with the amount of commitment you have, your tenacity, your drive and your passion, if you keep making videos with all of that in mind, there's always going to be a small percentage, and it's going to be a small percentage that will do well. But if you stop before you've even started, and that's often what a lot of YouTubers do, and they say, oh, it didn't work for me. Well,
if I do,
it doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah, I can say that. If I do one viral video in 6 months, that was my good time. So I would say if you do one viral video in 3 months, you're very lucky. If you do one viral video in 6 months, good. And if you do one viral video, I'm talking about viral videos.
Yeah.
Because I have kids. They don't know how to search for me. They are not committed to my channel. They're different.
Yes, and they don't really engage either, do they, necessarily?
On Facebook or Instagram.
No, they won't be writing comments, long comments in the comments below.
They don't even know how to write.
No.
All my comments, when I was allowed comments, because now YouTube switched off the comments, but my comments were like, you know, when the kid sits near the laptop and just press anything they want.
Yes,
all my comments looked like that. Like,
yeah, it was like an upside down alphabet.
Yeah.
I think anyone out there in the kids space will know what that means. Do you find that you have a lot of dislikes and likes? I mean, who's putting all these dislikes and likes? I mean,
really passionate people. Every time I upload, or passionate mummies, I don't know. Every time I upload a video, first I get like 5 dislikes before I get 1 like.
Oh my goodness.
So these people watched me first. They saw my video, they clicked on it, they watched it, and they pressed dislike.
Yeah.
But they did watch it, and they did react, and they did, they went first.
Yeah. I heard from YouTube actually that this is some time ago. Probably things have changed now, I don't know, but they said that like when people tick the dislikes button, then actually it just measures engagement rather than has a detrimental effect on your channel. So if people are disliking, they're actually doing you a favor because they're interacting with your channel. So I just want to let anyone know out there.
From my experience, all these dislikes are from the most committed people, most committed viewers ever.
Wow.
Because they're always first.
Just going back to the viral videos you were talking about, what's your definition of a viral video in your space, in the kids' space, or any space really?
My definition of viral video is a video that gets 1 million in a few months and then consistently is viewed. So will bring me views for next 5 years. In
the old days, a viral video was something that sort of ended up on the news. Like, what was that? Charlie Bit My Finger, one of the very first viral videos. But now a viral video is not really a viral video. It doesn't have to do that, but it is something that props up your own channel and does incredibly well in your niche. And that is something that, as part of your, programming,
it is something that brings viewers to my channel. So it's something that the mood was right then, and the thumbnail was right, and everything was right, and YouTube and people keep liking it, so YouTube keeps showing and suggesting to everyone, and then people see it, they like it, and they subscribe. Because usually from those viral videos, 10% of people subscribe. Don't know how and why, but it happens. If you created a good video on children channel, because on children channel to get subscribers, it's really hard. You get more views than subscribers.
That's right.
Yeah, but if it was a really good video, really fun, really nice, really kind, I don't know, then you get subscribers.
Yeah. And so when you do your filming or your content strategies and stuff, do you plan for a viral video? Have you got like a formula?
No. I feel it. So I just So as I said, all my viral videos came out. Some of them came out. I remember one viral video came out at the moment when my daughter was sick at home. Blocked nose. She couldn't even speak. And I didn't have any idea. I just took something around that was around the house, put on the table, and we filmed. We just had fun. I didn't expect anything from that video. We just had loads of fun, and the video became viral.
Wow, that's amazing.
When I do expect, I get that pressure. When I imagine how it should be, when I know what exactly it should be, and then I push my daughter to act in one way or another. And then it's not natural. It's not fun. It fulfills what I saw how it should be.
Your vision.
But it never goes viral.
It's very hard, isn't it, working with children and to keep their energy up and to do it on a continuous basis where it is and it does feel genuine, because even they get tired of it. Do you find that?
No, my daughter never gets tired to have fun with me. Like, they would never get tired. Children come to their parents to play every day. They do want to play with you every day. And they can play the same game over and over and over again. So if you use that and you just play with them and you forget the camera,
that's right. The
main interest is in your child. Then they don't get tired. My daughter asks to be filmed.
So that's obviously where you're playing and it's all authentic and where it's real and you're not trying to make them do things that they don't necessarily want to do. And a lot of people, there's, like a lot of channels in the kids space, they have a lot of products that they need to advertise or they have a lot of product placement and they have to potentially get that into the video. And I think that might be quite challenging for some parents who are doing those kinds of videos or have those kinds of those kinds of channels.
I never did a brand deal, but I do sometimes accept free stuff, but I accept free stuff only if I see my child having fun with it, kind of. If I see that my child will have fun and that other child will have fun, and that's something I would recommend, then I do accept the free stuff. But there are so many times when I said no even to the free stuff, or it just because I didn't see a video. I just didn't see the fun behind it. And
what do you think
some toys can be so educational and so good, but it's just not my niche. I'm
just not for your audience.
Not no, because my thing is to get the mood up, not to teach. Teaching is boring. I don't know how to teach in a fun way. I tried to teach in a fun way with balloons, colors, or something, but I just found that if I want to do this for a long time, so for example, create another channel that is for older kids, then I have to have fun with it. I have to like it. I have to want to film. Not to fret it. Oh my God, I have to film. Oh my God, I don't have ideas. My dead point was when I go to film with idea and I know, oh my God, I know that my kid will not do it again. And so I used to hate to make videos, and then I used to hate to edit because I'm editing and I'm seeing everything what went wrong.
I see.
So the moment I just dropped it and just go with the flow, and the main thing is to have a good time. That's when I suddenly fall in love back with YouTube.
So you fell back in love with it, did you?
Yes. when I'm just I'm not expecting anything. I'm going with the flow, and I'm not planning anything.
That's brilliant.
Those are the worst. I think those are the worst suggestions for any movie or any filming. They have directors and they have actors and they have all this stuff. But I'm complete opposite.
Yeah, no, but that's the beauty of YouTube, isn't it? It's so natural. It's so off the cuff. It's very authentic. There's no middleman. There's not too much create.
Okay, when you have to make... People do a movie for a year. People do advertising campaign for a few months.
Mm-hmm.
That lasts a minute or two. We have to create like from 1 to 7 videos a week. We have to come up with ideas and film it and do it and edit it and post it. And I think if you will not go with the flow and you will not just go like, okay, so now I do my meditation or whatever, I feel good, and now from that goodness, let's go out. And how do I feel? What do I want to do? If you will be like in the morning, oh my God, I have to film and I have to do this and I have to do that, and blah, blah, blah. I think after 6 months, you will not be willing to wake up in the morning.
Yeah, and I think that's been an issue that people have talked about quite a lot, which is burnout, creator burnout. And it is something that's a real thing. And most people...
And I experienced it twice.
Yes,
twice
I think
in my life. I didn't learn from the first time.
No, and I think as a YouTuber that we keep going to the point, and burnout just comes upon us. So we have to watch out for it. We have to be prepared for it in advance. So it is a fact. It does happen, and there are ways to prevent it. So you don't actually have to go through it yourself. But I think if you're aware that it is a thing, then it's something that you just need to be able to avoid if possible. And a lot of that is by taking a step back and not filming to a strict schedule just for the sake of it. I mean, you have to think about going with the flow, exactly what you've said, and feeling it.
You know what I think? I think that if you didn't experience the burnout, you are not a real YouTuber. You must experience it. You must recover from it. And then you will be a completely different person. We don't learn from other mistakes. Only when you felt it, only when you know what it is, you will be true to yourself, and you will know what it means, what you will lose if you will not be true to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can tell you. Nobody can tell you how bad it is.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a good point. But for a lot of YouTubers, especially the younger ones now, they reach a point where there is a lot of burnout. You just don't know what they're going to do with that, and it's a horrible experience to go through. So if they know potentially what the experience might be, that might just help them get through it a bit easier. So I think
everyone who comes to that point, they just should know that they will come up on other sides. Always. Just they will, and they will, and on other side, they will know themselves better, and they will appreciate life better, and they will appreciate the happiness more
that they can achieve afterwards. And I think also they can give themselves permission to take a step back from their channel. And even if it does fall in views, it's not the end of the world, that there'll be time for it to...
You always can bring it back. I brought it up twice.
Yeah. And
twice I fell down, and twice I recovered. So you can bring it back. And look at all the musicians. They create... we don't have that on YouTube. But musicians, they create an album and then they disappear for 3 years. You will not see them, you will not hear about them, they rest, and then they come back.
Yeah, that's right.
We don't have that on YouTube.
Yeah, it's changing times. Everything's moving so fast.
But I think you can come back. You can take your time off and come back.
That's right. I think YouTubers nowadays, they just need to know that if they're doing this all by themselves and they're feeling the burnout, that they should just listen to themselves, listen to their body, take a step back and come back to it.
Yes.
And carry on.
Because we are musicians. We are.
Yeah. Well, we're creators. And
we are creators.
With creators,
I don't know.
all creators going back 100 years have always suffered from burnout because they go mad in the end. A lot of these classic artists or classical musicians or classical composers have experienced the kind of that whole creative energy coming through, and then they just get exhausted from it. And I don't really think that we're different from that. We just have to do it quite a lot, like maybe 1 to 7 times a week, which is a bit too much.
And YouTube can be very consuming. YouTube, you do YouTube, you make friends on YouTube who understand you, and YouTube becomes all your life.
Mm-hmm.
All your friends are from YouTube. You do YouTube 24/7, and all your viewers. Well, even social media, Facebook and everything, it can be very, very consuming.
Yeah, it's very time consuming, and they actually become your tribe, because those are the people who look to you for advice, and they look to your community to engage with each other, and it's its own little world.
So the best advice I ever got, when I was at the peak, and I really worried about my daughter, the best advice I got when I was at the top of my game, and that advice was for me as a mother. They said, make sure that for your daughter, YouTube is not like her life, that she don't think that she is YouTube or she's a social media. Make sure that she has her own friends, her own hobbies. She goes to different clubs, and she has a separate life, and YouTube is only a hobby or only a work, but only a part of her life. And that was the best advice I could ever get. And that's true. Always make sure that you have other hobbies. Always make sure that you have other friends that are not into the social media, that will keep you
grounded.
Grounded.
Yeah.
And that's my advice from all what I learned. Make sure you have somewhere to go when you close the door on YouTube.
Amazing advice. Yeah, that's brilliant. And that's something that a lot of people, when you're right in the middle of the whole YouTube thing as a YouTuber or a creator, you don't think about that point. So it's very, very good advice. Just lastly, we're coming to an end of our interview, and it's been amazing talking to you, Ieva, has to be said. You get hello.
Yeah, she's fine.
This is a dedicated mum YouTuber. And it's been amazing. Your journey has been amazing. Your story has been amazing. You've had so many ups and downs. You're such a committed person, really believe in what you do. And you're staying true to who you are and what your passion is. And that obviously seems to be the sort of real foundation for your success and now and going forward. So what's next for you personally, or as your channel?
I will just go where the wind blows. I really don't know. I don't know how many years I will be doing YouTube. I don't know when I will go back to work and what I will do next. I have little kids that I want to spend my time with. So I will enjoy them. I will enjoy all the time YouTube gives me to be with them. I don't have to go to everyday job. I don't have to work from 9 to 5. I can spend time with my kids. And as a mother of 2 young kids, at this moment in my life, this is the most important thing for me. And YouTube gives me opportunity to do that. So I enjoy every second. I enjoy every minute. I'm thankful for every minute I can be with my kids. And I will see where it goes.
Well, thanks so much, Ieva, for coming and talking to me today. And if any of you out there want to check out her channel or check out some of the links that we'd mentioned in the interview, then just pop over to the show notes where you can find them there. Just one last piece of advice, actually, Ieva, while you're here. Is there any advice you could give to any people listening who want to get into the kids space now? Do you think it's too late? Do you think it's overcrowded?
It's never too late. It's not enough of good content. And the more competition there is, the better content will be. And I'm really passionate about kids because our videos will grow a big generation of kids. Like, really. So I'm up for everyone who love kids and want to make videos for them and want to give something good for them. Please go and do it. And I saw so many channels suddenly growing despite big competition. Just go and do it.
Thanks so much for that advice. So we've come to the end of the interview. I just want to thank you once again, Ieva, for coming along and talking to us and giving us so much of your positive energy and your advice to how to grow your channel. So thanks again. And I wish you all the best with your new ventures and going forward and spending more time with your children.
Oh, I had a pleasure. I had a big pleasure. Please talk with me again.
I will. I'll be getting you back in a few months when we see where else your channels are taking you. Okay? Take care now. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
If you're looking to rapidly grow your channel but don't know where to start, then join my YouTube Audience Growth Lab, where I take you through the 5 steps to automate your YouTube success so that you can focus on what you love doing most, delivering awesome content and reaching those viewers. The great part is it's available all year round, and I'm offering the first module absolutely free when you sign up today. It's ready and waiting when you are, so now's the time to take action. You can learn more and see what other students are saying by clicking the link in the show notes below. I hope you enjoyed today's show as much as I did. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.